As of today, Blue Beetle is officially in theaters. And here's how they're spinning this movie. Blue Beetle aims to end Barbie's box office reign with $30 million debut, which is pretty low. I don't know what it's going to do internationally. That'll be a good question because $30 million is pretty low. Now, this movie doesn't have a huge budget. I believe it's $120 million, which is much cheaper than most superhero movies. That's honestly more than likely because it was originally an HBO Max movie, and then they decided that they were going to push it to theaters because they liked it so much. And maybe it is a good movie. I don't know. The problem is I just have seen this movie before. In fact, a lot of the reviews for this movie point out that it's just another superhero movie. This is from Daily Beast, and I'm honestly surprised they're not like championing this movie and calling it groundbreaking when you look at the marketing for this movie. The marketing for this movie is desperate, to say the least. They're really pushing the representation aspect of this film to try to get it to be bigger than it's going to be. They're trying to make it sound important, like this one. So this is from Our Movie News. This apparently is from The Hollywood Reporter. And this is the quote. If Blue Beetle flops, Latino community might see less representation in Hollywood. So they're trying to build this movie up like it's some kind of important flick, and if you don't see it, you're going to see less representation, which I doubt, considering the size of the community. I highly doubt that's going to happen. But this is the spin for this movie, to try to make it into some kind of Black Panther film where it becomes a moment. And I don't think that that's going to happen for this movie. But I'm not kidding with this. There's a lot of people trying to push that angle of the movie. Does it have a lot of Latino representation? And of course it does, because the Blue Beetle is. But it's not I don't believe it's the focus. The focus of the film is family and the Blue Beetle guy figuring, I forget his name. I'm not a huge Blue Beetle fan, so the majority of stuff I've seen in this character is from the Young Justice cartoon, which is actually pretty good. But the movie's about him and his family. Okay? But apparently it also needs to be a big moment for representation. So that's how they're pushing it. Like this. Here's from the Hollywood Reporter. Blue Beetle, how grassroots backers are trying to boost the Latino-led superhero movie. Which is, don't see this movie because you like comic book movies. Go see this because of representation. And what sucks is this actor, I like this actor. He's in the Cobra Kai show. He's really good in the Cobra Kai show. He's likable. And he's probably likable in this movie. Unfortunately, it's just the product of its time. It's another superhero movie. They're becoming generic. They're going the way of the Western. And now, in a desperate bid to get people to care, they're creating advocacy groups to try to make this movie more important than it is. Are the directors out there doing it? Blue Beetle director wants viewers to feel welcome watching DC's diverse superhero movie. Don't fear Latino heritage. Go see this movie and get their culture and experience their culture. If you want to experience culture, go to Mexico, especially Mexico City, when they do some of that really cool stuff, like the Day of the Dead stuff. That looks like a lot of fun, actually. Where you're not really going to experience anything is during a movie about superheroes. So that's where we're at with this. This I don't see working. Maybe this movie will be a surprise hit, but somehow I doubt it. Given the track record of superhero movies this year, I think the genre is just in serious trouble. And this is just a desperate attempt to try to save this movie. I wouldn't be shocked if the studio was behind this and paying these advocacy groups to go out there and try to make this bigger. I think it's just going to fail because it's a superhero movie and people are just tired of them. They really need to stand out and be something new in a very generic genre. That's why when I see this, Blue Beetle is a shameless copy of every other superhero film. It just doesn't strike me as something I really need to go out and see. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.